Do you like Elden Ring? Do you like Final Fantasy VII? Well, can you guess what both of these games have in common? Bodacious babes. No, what? That's not it. It's this spiky-haired loser right here, Cloud Strife. So I'm a huge fan of Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII. And both of these games have releases this year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth releases in January on PC, and Elden Ring Night Reign releases later this year, and there's a network test going on in February. And to prepare for both of these, I had a bright idea. Play Path of Exile 2. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. I meant play Cloud Strife in Elden Ring. That's right, we're so futuristic in 2025, we can just import characters from one game over to the other game. Okay, not really, we can't really do that. But I wanted to know, if Cloud was in Elden Ring, how would he do? Could he become Elden Lord? And could he defeat, well, you know. So to get our favorite yellow spiky-haired weirdo into the game, I went online and found 3 amazing mods to make it happen. And after some mod updating on my end, I got them to work flawlessly. Whoa, no you don't. Whoa, what the? I mean, there is still some glitching. Then I spun up Cheat Engine for Elden Ring to set up the challenge run. 1. I gave Cloud enough strength to wield his Buster Sword. 2. I gave him enough endurance to be able to actually walk around at level 1, because otherwise you're walking around as slow as your grandpappy after Thanksgiving dinner. And finally, I gave him the proper equipment so it was as if he actually was transported from Final Fantasy into Elden Ring. After we got our favorite edgelord into the game, it was time to decide on the challenge itself. I wanted to defeat the hardest bosses of the game and become Elden Lord. So to do that, I decided on the rules. 1, I needed to beat the Shadow of Erdtree DLC. Yeah, that meant fighting this mother flipper right here. 2, I needed to defeat Millennia, Blade of Miquella. Man, how many times have we heard that? And 3, I needed to become Elden Lord. All 3 of these requirements had to be met while never changing Cloud's weapons or equipping different armor. Talismans and items were allowed. Oh, and I had one last requirement to complete the challenge. You have to like and subscribe. I know, kind of nuts. I am a small dad bod creator. I mean, small creator, not small dad. And I could really use your help to grow this channel. Blake Cloud grows his hair just tall and spiky and yellow, like some weird Super Saiyan Prince dude. So help a dad out and like and subscribe, and back to the video. So I started out in the church and died from Spider-Man, as if it were some rite of passage when you play Elden Ring. Spawned in the deep dark below and made my way up to where this odd surgeon guy stood around giving me weird eyes. And then I spotted my first prey. I wanted to test out Cloud's abilities and see just how he functioned. Cloud attacks just like he does in Final Fantasy VII Remake. When you go for a heavy attack, you get a Buster Slash sort of animation, which can be comboed into his stab down attack. He also has the ability to deflect attacks just like in Sekiro. And he has 2 limit break specials. 1, Blade Beam, which is our only projectile weapon this entire playthrough. And 2, Omni Slash, which is basically Millennia's waterfowl dance if you used her weapon. Oh, and he also dodges Sekiro style well, making him quite agile. Now I know what you're thinking. This is gonna be making the game so easy. Really? You think just because you're faster, Elden Ring becomes easy? It gets easier in some ways, but not as much as you would think. Oh man, this is tough.
The grace of God.
What happened, dude?
In the embrace of
What?
flame.
What even happened there? I decided the first order of business in this run was to beef up my sword a little bit more. So I head for a mine that was nearby and got some smithing stones. Next, I beelined it right towards Margit to wreck his day. I'm getting revenge for everyone else that had been defeated by this mother flipper.
Oh, thought I went for a little Kool-Aid and got hurt. Ugh. Oh, poor Cloud.
Son of a...
No. It doesn't.
After a few attempts, Cloud slashed through Margit like a hot buster sword through butter. And onward and forward we go.
This part. Alright, I'm talking to you.
You'll breach the castle undetected.
Okay. No, I'll use main gate.
Farewell.
Yeah, I'll be alright. I think. Oh! Yeah.
I then made my way up through this castle. And to our first real boss, Godrik himself.
Alright, have at you. Ah! Oh. Fire! Go!
It was at this point I knew we were in for something very special with this challenge run. Next, I decided instead of going after Ranni's mom, Giggity, I decided to go and meet Ranni herself, starting Bly's Questline. Dude, seeing these two edgelords on screen together, it's just stupid cool. To do so, I had to throw some hands, or rather have hands thrown at me. Then take out this spectral knight who was making the moves on our spiky-haired protagonist in the form of these big arrows. Finally, I was at Ranni and drained her of, her dialogue. And then I drained her, friends. Ew. Next, I decided to go take out Ranni's mom on a date.
And there's something wrong with this guy?
Wow, and right after that previous joke, my wife is going to kill me. Dealt with this random red dog, dodged a boulder, and fought the headmaster in one-on-one combat. Also fought the local populace.
Nope. Yeah, you know, I don't get paid enough for this.
And finally made my way up to ask Rennala on a date to see a movie. And that's when she told me that the new Sonic 3 movie was for children.
How dare you!
So I smacked her in the face with that Buster Sword so hard it scared her children into hiding.
There should be Grace.
My sweetings, come out from whence ye hide.
Don't talk bad about Sonic 3. Next, I talked to this Slytherin student who told me to take a secret passage, and took that secret passage up to Atlus Plateau. But not before having this freaking epic fight with a wannabe dragon.
Take that! Oh! Yeah!
Now the Radahn Festival had been triggered, and it was time for something that gamers probably only just dreamed about up until this point. Cloud Strife versus Radahn.
Missed me. Let's go. Ugh. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Take that! Incoming! Yes! Woo! Cloud, wish upon the falling star.
After beating Radahn for the first time in this run,
Spoilers.
I continued Ranni's questline to get to one battle that I was very curious about. It was time to enjoy one of video game's nicest, coolest tropes that will never, ever die. It was time for Cloud Strife to face himself in epic combat.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, he has the moveset. Oh, boy. Oh. Dude, this is legit sick. Nice. Okay, so that's how you do it. Cloud versus Cloud. Oh. Got punished there because I used all my stamina. I'll tell you what, since you don't have one, I won't use one either. Let's go. Oh. It's over.
And to successfully slay a dragon that can literally hit you with a huge sword. Then Cloud married Ranni. I mean, it didn't work out with her mom, so yeah, don't tell Tifa. And continued on to one of the hardest fights of the run. One that none of you are expecting, the Fire Giant.
Don't worry about it. Let's go. Okay. Wow, that's bad. Oh. Bro gave me the backspin. Dang. Jeez. Yeah! Oh no!
It was this fight that I knew this was not going to be some pushover challenge. Cloud's Buster Sword barely did any damage to this thing's leg. But, did you see that right there?
The hell?
So yeah, I found out the R2 Buster Slash could actually do significant damage to big creatures. I had no idea if the modder of this actually intended for this to happen. But when I used a heavy attack, it would get stuck in the ground and continually deal a ton of damage. Kind of neat, but yeah. I decided not to use that anymore because that was a little lame to use in a challenge run. Once the fire giant was down, I decided it was time to tackle the DLC. I wanted two things for Cloud's build that I knew would take him above and beyond his current state. The two-headed turtle talisman and the two-handed weapon talisman. Both of these would limit break the heck out of Cloud. And maybe, just maybe, it would help against some of the hardest bosses of the DLC. I made my way to the secret snowfield after spanking this poor excuse for a general, gained access to this really bloody portal, and made my way up to the Lord of Blood himself. This fight was one that really scared me. Previously, I always got the crystal tier that allowed me to break the Lord Blood's curse and fight this guy normally. But my crazy dad brain said, nah, let's try to kill him without it. And well, it went about as well as you can expect.
He kept knocking me out of my stuff. Oh. Dang. Not too bad. Ooh. Freaking slashed me from the air. No. Oh.
But I was able to take out Offbrand Dracula here and obtain access to the Shadow of Erdtree DLC. I had to just sit here for a moment and appreciate the beauty of the Shadow of Erdtree DLC with our boy Cloud here. He just looks amazing. This is so freaking cool. I headed down to the river and went behind the waterfall to grab the turtle talisman. Next, I headed to an abandoned town and got shoulder checked by this baboon. But that was just before introducing him to Cloud's Buster Sword and picking up the two-handed sword talisman. So I decided to make my way to Bowser's... No! Sorry. Gosh, dang, there's so many evil palaces in video games. Messmer's palace, jeez. Just to see how hard this guy would be against Cloud Strife, and oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, this was a horrible start because that one thing.
In the embrace.
All right, let's try that again. Oh no, get out of there. There goes my mimic, come on.
Oh,
The great
man.
gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
And the embrace of Messmer's flame.
This dude was tough. He came at Cloud only after seconds, like your mom.
Got him!
And I had trouble hitting him without getting blown up. Like my mom?
She's a really nice lady.
Messmer was quick and dirty. He flipped, he dipped, faster than Cloud ever could, and I died numerous times. Here I was beginning to think maybe this challenge would be a breeze, but then suddenly, wham! Messmer's flame dialogue plays over and over again in my head. I had to get smart and fast with this guy. So I decided the best way to take him out was a quick burst of attack. So I egged him on to dive at me in the beginning of the fight. Then I dodged out of his blast radius, and then once safe, I moved in and Omni Slash motherfucker! Stunned, I followed up with another and pushed him right to the second phase. Here is where things got really tricky. I had no setup here, so I had to wait for an opening to bring out the Omni Slash damage once again. Messmer's flame was hot, but not hot enough to capture Cloud's heart.
Yes!
After being super happy about knocking out Messmer, I decided to continue on to the boss that I actually feared the most. This scorpion centipede hoe. I mean, what is Fromsoftware cooking with over here? They decided the spider lady from the first Dark Souls wasn't enough, so they made this chick who's half centipede and half FU. That was it. Oh, so close. So with a little golden bow and some boiled crab, I fought this night terror, and with a well-timed Omni Slash, ended her career as a scorpion centipede pole dancer. I mean, tell me that is not what she is here.
Uh-oh.
Girl, you could do so much better. I was on to the final climb. I went up and I faced these weird as heck airbenders and met up with Leda and her fan club. After introducing them to my one fan.
Who the hell is this guy?
Please subscribe so I can have better fans. This guy is so weird. So I took out the Brady Bunch and wait, aren't you supposed to be dead? And you? And you? No matter. On to the one fight I had been afraid of this whole run. This fight, in my opinion, is the hardest fight in any Souls game. Now, this is my opinion, but I feel this way because I have literally been a Souls fan since the beginning. No, not that. No, keep going. Yes, there. Since freaking Demon Souls on PS3. And I am not talking about the remake, although that one is really good. Godform Radahn is Sephiroth of freaking Souls games, in my opinion. He flashes at you with some dang Super Saiyan speed. He has long hair like one too. Yeah, attempting to deflect them here results in some unsatisfactory outcomes. This dude was tough. I had to once again time my hits correct or I was not getting through. I used the same method I had with Messmer, and it worked to some degree, though it wasn't reliable. I could get hit sometimes. In between, I would dodge and strike where I could. Things were not looking good for this run, and after many attempts, I was beginning to lose hope.
Oh. Darn. Dang. Oh, I'm out of juice. Oh, no. Did I not use my Kool-Aid beforehand?
No, Cloud wouldn't stand for that. He began to fight with everything he had. He had fought worse after all. He remembered who he was. Not some black, spiky-haired loser. Not a soldier first class. He remembered he was Cloud freaking Strife. And this mother flipper was in the way of him escaping the Lancer Queen. Get out of this hellhole and back to his best friend, bride-to-be.
Ugh. Come on, Cloud. Phase. Here we go. Yes. Let's go. Oh. Heal, heal, heal. Just doing this tack. Let's get out of here. Ouch. Nice. Omni Splash, let's go! We're so close. Omni Splash, yes! We did it! Yes! We did it! Oh my gosh, Cloud Strife, you madman.
And after a little bit of work, Cloud once again, like the true hero he is, overcame a god. But there was one more fight left, and it would remind him of someone he knew all too well. I made my way out of the DLC and to this backwater town up in the mountains of Appalachia. There I dodged some ghosts, but not before being made into a pincushion by the locals.
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, poor Cloud.
I ran down the branches of the Helog. How do you even say this? Haglig tree?
You're a wizard, Harry.
And had another fight with this babe that wanted Cloud's number. And then I had a run-in with this Lady Knight. Holy crap, that was freaking cool. I made my way through town. After slow walking through some sewage that would even make the Ninja Turtles puke, I had finally arrived at Malenia, Blade of Miquella. Cloud stood off against his foe. She reminded him of someone he knew all too well, someone that had plagued his mind for years. Dancing amongst the plagued flowers in the scarlet-infested waters, they traded blows with one another. And when it had seemed Cloud had won, he witnessed the birth of an angel. I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. How about you? Take that. I love you been there. So yeah, this fight was stupid easy after fighting Radahn. Almost disappointingly so, but it was still pretty cool to fight Malenia again, and to do it as Cloud Strife. But yeah, this was actually one of the easiest fights of the run. I know, but I just didn't want to make a fight look harder than it was, when in actuality, it was barely an inconvenience. We made our way to Fair Mazul. I had to fight Malekith, which after fighting literally the hardest Elden Ring bosses and possibly the hardest of all Souls games, it was quite easy. I put that dog down, grabbed the Rune of Death, and headed to the Erdtree. I met the last Lord of the Realm. Finally, it was time. It was time to face the red-headed Elden Lord, Weasley, that was kicked out of Hogwarts for casting one too many spells at Ranni's mom. And with little worry, Cloud took care of that wizard. He was surprised to meet the Elden Beast and mistook that lump of stars as Genova. So he went ham on some Omni Slashes and without a moment to spare, took care of the Elden Beast and rode off into the sunset. You know, they tell tales of a man from another world, one with spiky hair and a not interested attitude, that he came and solved all the problems of the lands between before riding off. In remembrance of that hero, they erected a statue and placed it upon the Elden Throne. I completed this challenge in approximately 18 hours, way faster than I thought it was going to be. This was such a super fun challenge run, and so I have to thank the modders that made it happen. Some of the mods are out of date, so if you're considering doing a run like this with Cloud Strife, look into using Smithbox to update the mods I listed below. After a couple hours and some YouTube videos, you could also be running around with Cloud and Elden Ring. Just be warned, there's a few glitches if you do. Anyway, my name is Papa Goron. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.